I'm Michaela. I'm here in the Nelson Community Food Center kitchen, and today I'm going to make a red sauce. So this is just a classic tomato spaghetti sauce. You could put it on whatever kind of noodles you're feeling. I'm going to be using some yellow onion, some tomato paste, some garlic, a little bit of fresh basil. Hopefully people have those coming up in their gardens soon this summer. We're going to use some canned crushed tomatoes, and we're going to be finishing with some fresh tomatoes, my secret ingredient. So I'm going to start off with chopping this onion. Actually, before I get this onion chopped, I'm going to turn my pot on so that we can get the oil heating. Alright. So for tomato sauce, I like to have a pretty fine dice on my onions. Again, personal choice, but I like having them kind of melt into the tomato sauce and not having their shape be very present in the sauce. And you could add a lot of other things into the base of this. You could do kind of a mirepoix with carrot. Sometimes with tomato sauce, I like to actually shred the carrot in, and again, it kind of just melts into the sauce and just creates a little bit of sweetness. Beautiful. Alright, now I'm going to heat up my olive oil. Again, this is personal choice. Olive oil is kind of classic Italian option, but whatever oil you have going in your house. I wouldn't use like a flavored oil like a coconut oil, but canola oil, whatever you have available. Or if you don't have any oil, you feel free to use just a little bit of water to steam the vegetables at the beginning there. Or if you're feeling indulgent, you could use a bit of butter. So it sounds pretty hot in there. I'm going to turn it down a little bit, just to about like a medium heat to get them going translucent and not brown. And at this stage, I really like to salt my vegetables always at the beginning of making anything saucy. It releases their natural liquid and all of their beautiful flavors come forward. And I'm going to do a little bit of pepper because, you gotta season all the way through. You want a full flavor. Beautiful. Okay, so next I'm going to get my garlic chopped. However, I'm not going to be adding this right away. Garlic burns very easily, much quicker than onions do. So it's important that you sort of add it towards the end of the sauteing process so that that really nice, sharp, full garlic flavor can come forward in your dish. And if you've been watching my videos, then you already know this. I really like garlic, so I'm going to go kind of heavy. I'm going to use 4 cloves of garlic. Beautiful. Alright, so we're going to add that in here, and I'm going to go to like more of a medium-high at this point because I'm about to add my tomato paste in. And tomato paste is like extremely concentrated tomato flavor. So you don't need to go too heavy in it. Unfortunately, you buy those little cans and you never use a whole can in a recipe, which seems kind of ridiculous to me. And that is why I'm a big advocate of the tube of tomato paste, because that's going to let you sort of use from the tube as much as you need to when you want to, because most recipes you don't end up going through your whole can. And then it goes in the fridge and then it sits there and then it dries out and then it's just sort of depressing. So let's not do that. Let's buy some tubes of tomato paste. But for now, oh, this is smelling really great. And we're just gonna cook a little bit of the raw flavor out of that tomato paste. Onions are making my eyes water again. Well, that cooks off a little bit. I'm gonna prep up my fresh tomatoes. They're not going to be going into the sauce until later on, but we'll get these guys prepped in the meantime. So I'm just going to go ahead and core my tomatoes, and then I'm gonna chop them all up. And again, like the garlic, doesn't have to be beautiful. This is a sauce. Everything's going to kind of melt together. I don't know if you've ever eaten a core, you should know this is sort of chewy and pilthy, and it's not the most tasty part of the tomato. And when you just slice the top of the tomato off and you get the core out, you're kind of wasting a bit of tomato. So that's why I like to core it, because now we get to use this whole beautiful top of the tomato. All right, beautiful. This looks like it's ready to get some more liquid in there. So here I'm going to be adding my crushed tomatoes. So again, this is a sauce that you can kind of make with it with a tomato puree. You could make it with crushed tomatoes like this. You could make it just with fresh tomatoes. Today I'm using just crushed tomatoes. I often like to use whole tomatoes in a can. I find that they've got a really nice full flavor to them. I add those guys into the pot and then I actually just use my hand if it's not too hot in there. I go right in and I crush them up, but you gotta be careful because they notoriously squirt. So you gotta like make sure you got this, got a good kind of shield happening when you're doing your tomato crushing in the pot there. I love simple red tomato sauce. I think there's like a really nice flavor that comes through with the tomatoes, just a little bit of garlic, and if it's seasonal, if you've got it around, just a couple whole basil leaves here, and they're just gonna kind of disappear into there and put a little bit of their beautiful basil flavor into our sauce. Okay, so now is the waiting time. We're gonna let this sauce come up to a boil, and then we're gonna bring it right down to about a medium-low heat, and we'll let that simmer for, I'm gonna say about 20 minutes, half an hour before we go ahead and add our fresh tomatoes in. And if you see that your sauce is kind of drying out, feel free to pop a lid on there, or you can also alternatively add half a cup of water sort of at a time as you need to. And if you've made it too liquidy, don't worry about it, you just let it go a little bit longer. It's sort of a little dance that you do with the sauce. Anyway, I'll see you guys back here in a minute. Hey everybody, so we had the sauce here kind of cooking on the stove for the last, it's closer to about half an hour. And again, this can vary. You can let this sauce go on super low for hours and hours and it's just gonna develop a really sweet, beautiful flavor, but it's ready to go right now. It's the tomato flavor is all cooked in with the garlic and the onions, and I've got my fresh tomatoes, which is sort of my only I think really special tomato hack that I can offer in this video. A little fresh tomato goes a long way in a sauce. So I like to add these tomatoes just I'm gonna say about 10 minutes before I serve. So they're still quite the rawness, the raw edge of them has kind of been taken off by the residual heat from the sauce, but there are these fresh bursts of flavor, super delicious. So since I just added a whole bunch more raw vegetables, I'm going to add a nice little quantity of salt in here. Salt just is really gonna enhance this, this sauce so much, and we'll do some black pepper too for good measure. And we'll mix that all up. So like I said earlier, the sauce is going to be good on just about any noodle. You could even chop up a bunch of zucchini and just have a zucchini noodle pasta situation for dinner. And let's just give it a little taste. Yeah, the kind of raw tomato really comes through in a very nice way. I think I did it just right with the salt and the pepper and everything. I don't even think I need to adjust anything. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you make some beautiful red sauce for dinner tonight. We'll see you soon. Please subscribe to our channel, and we'll have more videos coming to you soon.